Tony, first things first, looking back at the last game against Harlequins, you've had time to review it now. What are your thoughts?
Not too bad. Not too bad. We did some things very, very well. Some players played out of their skin and some were a little bit off their best, but Chris Bridge was one of those players right on his game. I thought he was terrific, and Richard Myler had a really strong game for us as well. And yeah, we weren't too bad. We had a little bit of late disruption. We had Ben Harrison pull up tight in warm-up, so we didn't risk him, and so we made some late adjustments, and there were some things that probably threw us out a little bit. I also started the team a bit differently with Westwood starting off the bench, and made some changes within the game as well that put people out of different positions. So all in all, very happy about it. We also had the disruption of Matt King coming off, and that threw us out a little bit that period of the game, but we handled it pretty well, and we probably conceded a few more points, but I'm going to take the blame for some of those because of the change in positions, etc., and the change in the team around a fair bit. It was a bit disruptive, so, but all happy that we come through pretty much unscathed now that Kingy's cleared to play this week. So yeah, and we'll keep our fingers crossed about Ben Harrison.
So you've got more or less a clean bill of health from that game going into the Wigan game? Pretty
much, as long as Ben, we'll assess Ben come Thursday, make sure that he's okay. If he's okay, we'll have come through unscathed.
Challenge Cup quarter-final clash against Wigan, here at a sold-out Halliwell Jones Stadium. Doesn't get much bigger than that, does it?
No, it's great. Really looking forward to it. We've had some really good games against them in the last couple of years, so we'll look forward to it. Yeah, packed stadium, a great atmosphere, and the fact that we're on TV as well. I think hopefully we'll put out a great advertisement for our sport, and I think that's really important as well. So yeah, it should be a cracker.
Is it a welcome distraction from league rugby?
I don't think it is a distraction, and I don't think it's anything that's welcome in terms of that you're looking for a change. It's another game of rugby league, and each and every week that we play, we approach the game as though it's the most important game of the season, and that's what this week will be. And whatever the result come this week, next week will be the most important match of the season. That's how we try to approach it. So, but we also, having said that, we also understand, the consequences of good and bad performance in cup games as well. We've been able to concentrate pretty well and put out pretty good performances in cups, in times gone past. That experience will probably help us, but we're not going to take that for granted as well.
Wigan are top of the league, Warrington are second, 1 point between you. Do you think this game in the cup will give one team a psychological advantage over the other for the rest of the season?
No, I think it'll have a bearing on this game only, and whichever way this game goes, and I think the next time we play each other, it'll be another one that nobody can pick before the game, and that's good. That's the way it should be, and we beat them last time, but if you really look at the two teams, nobody can be sure about the result come Saturday, and I think that's fantastic. That's the way it should be, and I'm sure it will be the next time we meet up and later in the season. So we'll just concentrate on doing the best we can this week, and if we do that, if we play well, it gives you a chance to win as well. But you can still play well against Wigan and lose games. We've actually done that last year. We played very, very well and come off second best. So as long as we play well, we'll give ourselves a chance.
Since we last spoke, the jigsaw pieces have fallen into place. Matt King's announced he's leaving, Trent Waterhouse is arriving, Louis Anderson is going. Are there any more pieces to fit into this jigsaw?
Oh, there's still a couple of decisions that we need from some of our players within, but that's the main bit of the jigsaw that's done. There's still a couple of boys that are discussing their futures with us, but pretty much we're not going to have too much more change either ins or outs. So, we're trying to keep it pretty steady ship. We've got a very talented squad, and we like to keep continuity and not have too much disruption of players coming in and out. So I'm pleased about what we've got there.
What's your thoughts about Matt King leaving?
Oh, Kingy's been great. He's great to work with, and he's been terrific on and off the field. He's been a real pleasure to work with. So I'm going to miss him as a player. I'm going to miss him as a person, and but also I'm pleased for him. I'm pleased for him and his family. He's got a young family, and he's always wanted to go back to Australia and play, and happy to support him in that, and I couldn't be happier for him. That's important. It's not just about us and our team. It's about the people, and we'll wish him well, and we'll want to send him out in the best way possible, and he'll want to leave us on the best note possible. So I'm delighted for him.
Do you see his replacement coming from within the club?
Yeah, we're pretty strong in the outside back, so we've got a whole heap at the moment who are waiting their chance. We've got, pretty much we've had Joel and Matt on the wings. Sitting behind them is Reece has been doing Williams has been doing a great job when either one of those are out, and Chris Riley's waiting for a shot, and Reece Evans is waiting for another go, and we've got young Ryan Shaw, who I've been really impressed with in training and in the 20s, and I'd love to give a shot to. And so we got some young guys who are waiting patiently behind a couple of pretty experienced campaigners there. So they deserve a chance, and some young people from within your club need to progress and come through, and you need to leave some openings for them. So yeah, I think it's a natural progression will come from within.
You mentioned Chris Riley there. How's he coping as a young, passionate Warringtonian who's won at Wembley twice, got 2 winners' medals, and he can't even get in the team these days?
Yeah, it's been tough for him. He's been great, very professional and great attitude. And he knew that there was going to be plenty of competition for positions this year. I feel for him though. He scored 27 tries last year and played most games last year, and as you mentioned, he's been involved in some pretty big matches. But he understood the challenges at the start of the year, and he's handled it exceptionally well. He went down to Harlequins and had a couple of games in the first team there, which was good experience for him. But now that he's back, he's been a bit frustrated with injury as much as anything. He's had a bit of a hamstring injury, which has kept him out of even selection chances for the last couple of weeks. But happy to say that he's over that now, and he'll be waiting for his chance for the first team again. But I won't say patience, probably not the right word. He'd be anxious to get back in there, and I think that's right for somebody of his experience and also his calibre. But he also understands, and he's been very accepting of it, and he's relishing the chance of working behind and with Brett Hodgson and Matt King and Joel Monahan. His future will be enhanced by those people, even though he's not playing first team at the moment. So he understands that.
And you still see him having a big future at Warrington?
Oh, of course, yeah. He's a very talented young player, and he's very passionate about his rugby league and the club, and he gives it his all, and I think he's progressed a whole lot in the last 2 or 3 years, and he's becoming a better player, even though he hasn't been able to get in front of what is a couple of pretty special sort of players. So he'll be better for the experience of it.
Okay, Tony. Well, as always, thank you for your time, and good luck at the weekend.
Thanks.
Cheers.